Everybody, I'm Geo, and I'm bringing you guys the next part of what if Goku was evil. So yeah. Now a quick recap of what happened in the previous video. With of course the future timeline being almost completely different. With Goku actually being able to survive thanks to him not actually being on Grandpa Gohan's place, actually not surviving by himself. With this, of course, Goku was able to practically survive throughout the 3 years and eventually fought against the androids, but his power was not enough since he was not fully able to master a tail in the next 3 years. He was able to master it, but it was already too late as the androids were able to defeat him. These being the new androids being Neo and Cell. Cell was much more powerful in a timeline, almost like Neo being a much more mechanical version of Goku. Being able to be a complete copy and replica of Goku so he can finally defeat him. The perfect strategy to defeat a powerful warrior. To make an exact copy of himself, which Zoro did in the future timeline and in this timeline as well. Of course, when Jerome would go into his lab to practically awaken Neo, but of course Neo will practically not serve Zoro since his programming is much stronger. So he would have killed Zoro and eventually will able to speed up the process for his twin brother Cell. Since Cell is much more younger than him, Neo is actually his older brother in this timeline. Since in the future timeline they both were twins. So yeah. Eventually, Neo would able to use his telekinesis to practically get both 17 and 18 to Cell as he absorbs them, becoming perfect Cell as his power skyrockets. Goku Super Saiyan 4 is able to sense Cell's power as he flies there. We see Neo being in Super Saiyan as he needs to do that so he can withstand Cell's immense power in his perfect form. Goku would have looked at them and prepared to fight. Cell will practically smirk to see the power of Goku, and Neo will also be ready as he will scan Goku and see the new transformation, Super Saiyan 4. Neo keep that in his mind since this will be pretty useful information. As Goku starts to fight the battle with both androids, but it seems like Goku is actually equal to the three of them, but yet he cannot overpower them just yet. It seems that the power equals, but Goku cannot overpower them. Goku actually can tell that the form cannot actually last for long. Even though it's incredibly powerful, he can tell that just like Super Saiyan 3, it drains the user's stamina if not completely controlled. Since Goku practically achieved just a moment ago, he has not fully mastered it, so it makes sense. Goku decides to teleport away as he uses also a flare to practically blind them and eventually escape. Of course, Cell occurs that, but eventually will decide to practically tell the other Z-Fighters that him and his brother Neo would have decided to practically host a tournament that will be in around a week. So all Z-Fighters should prepare to face off against them. All Z-Fighters, of course, are kind of worried, but Goku believes that they can maybe able to win if he is able to truly master Super Saiyan 4. Raz actually believes that there may be another transformation even stronger than Super Saiyan 4, but he's not quite sure, but they can use the Dragon Balls to do that. But he must use them secretly before Cell can probably utilize that. Goku thinks that maybe utilizing them in a time chamber, since Cell would mostly not think of that. And Raz actually thinks that's a pretty good idea. But they need to actually get them out as soon as they can before they can spread out in the time chamber, since it will be much more harder to track them there than on Earth. Goku would have nodded, as of course Kami is upgrading the Dragon Balls, because of Piccolo also being changed, so yeah. Of course, Piccolo would be able to practically upgrade Dragon Balls and eventually get the information from Shenron, and eventually Dragon Balls are spread around the Earth. With, of course, everyone actually getting information about the Super Saiyan God, and how to perform the ritual, but Goku actually curses since they don't have enough Saiyans. But Raz actually thinks, before Dragon Balls were separated, to practically wish for his father and his crew to be revived, and Shenron is easily able to grant this wish. As this happens, Bardock and Fasha and Gine are practically revived, with actually only the three of them actually being close to being pure-hearted. Bardock is already pure-hearted because of him practically sacrificing himself to save his planet, while Gine is already pure-hearted since she was born. She is not evil, nor does she care about being evil. While Fasha is only half pure-hearted. Since she does care about some lives, she does not care about the others. So yeah. Of course, with Gohan, that will practically, and that will practically make 6, which is just enough, or 5. So yeah, we will go, that will make total 6, which is perfect. Now I think that maybe with this, they can be able to win against Cell. And Goku thinks that it's a good idea. But Goku tells them that they should use the ritual inside the time chamber so Cell cannot actually sense their power. Raz agrees, and eventually, of course, Bardock and Gino are practically able to catch up with her sons. With Bardock actually surprised to actually see his son, Goku, or Kakarot, actually being quite strong. Of course, Bardock wants to test Goku's power, but Goku is easy able to flick Bardock away. Just in base, Goku is stronger than Bardock, but Bardock is actually quite up to a challenge to practically get as strong as Goku and Raditz. Rise has to teach his father how to utilize Super Saiyan, while Goku has to teach his mother as well. Goku, of course, tries to be a little bit more gentle with her since that is his mother. Goku is not his head in his timeline, so he does remember his parents. So he wants to be gentle as possible with her since she knows it will be much more difficult since she is much more sensitive than her father. Of course, after some time, both Goku and Rise are able to teach both Jinei, Bardock, and Fasha how to utilize Super Saiyan. And eventually, they're able to actually show them how Gohan was able to transform to Super Saiyan 2 and even Super Saiyan 3 and 4 that Goku was able to achieve. Goku, of course, training with his mother, was able to fully master Super Saiyan 4 after a couple of years of training. Eventually, both Raditz and Goku decided to practically can perform the ritual on themselves, with Raditz being the first and then Goku being the second. With Goku grabbing immense power, Goku was able to finally achieve the transformation known as Super Saiyan God, and with this Goku feel immensely strong. It's much stronger than Super Saiyan 4, but he can feel that Super Saiyan 4's power is much stronger, while he can actually feel that Super Saiyan God's power is much more greater than even Super Saiyan 4. Yet Super Saiyan 4 is close to this power, is not completely to this level yet, which is quite impressive. Goku would smile as he would then start to train with Raditz, with both Saiyans being now a godly Saiyans. Both Raditz and Goku would continue to train as a couple of years would have passed on a time chamber. Since Piccolo has practically upgraded the time chamber to not actually age anyone who's practically a Saiyan to be that specific, they almost would age much more slower and there will be much more better training. Of course, both Raditz and Goku were able to fully master Super Saiyan God and even Super Saiyan 4. Goku would practically focus on Super Saiyan 4 while Raditz was decided to stick with Super Saiyan God. Bardock was decided to also learn Super Saiyan 4 from Goku and Super Saiyan 3 and eventually master them, thanks to the help of his son and his immense power. Junior decided to just go with Super Saiyan God since it's much more beneficial, and she does not want her clothes to be practically ripped off when she uses Super Saiyan 4, and Bardock does not want to do the same. Flash decided to also go with Super Saiyan God since she doesn't want to expose her body, which is much more reasonable, and she does have Super Saiyan as well. Eventually, everyone is much more stronger. The one is also able to achieve Super Saiyan 3 by the time of his training is much more powerful. Of course, by the time of the Cell games in timeline appearing, everyone will be prepared and ready to face off against Cell and Neo. Neo has had to take on Goku, while also has had to take on Raditz, since they're both the strongest warriors on Earth. Of course, Boruto they'll be on the backlines to make sure that if something happens, they'll be ready. Both Raditz and Goku would have nodded to their father as they both will power up. Goku power up to Super Saiyan 4, and Raditz will power up to his limit breaker Super Saiyan 3, as he fights off against Cell. Of course, Cell and Raditz will actually start to be equal since Raditz immense training. Goku and Neo is actually much more closer, as he utilizes Super Saiyan 3 to practically keep up with Goku. Unlike Goku, who practically does not have unlimited stamina like Neo can practically utilize Super Saiyan 3 as long as he wants because of his infinite stamina, which means that he cannot get as tired as Goku should in Super Saiyan 3. But Neo practically tells Goku that he had to thank him for this extreme information about Super Saiyan 4. Neo starts to roar as the roar of a mechanical grade 8 starts to roar as well. Goku being tried as Neo becomes a metallic Super Saiyan 4. With this, Neo just looks at Goku and tells him that this is the power of a metallic Super Saiyan 4. He then punches Goku sending him flying in the atmosphere. Goku, of course, coughs up a little bit of blood, but he just looks at Neo, glaring at him as Neo does the same. Both Neo and Goku power up as they rush against one another. Goku decides to practice his true power to Super Saiyan God, and rushing against Neo. But this sees that they're both actually even in match, or as so Neo thinks. Since he can finally sense Goku's ki, Goku actually has a much better edge since he cannot sense his ki, meaning that they're both actually in equal ground since Goku cannot sense his, which is a much more better equal ground. Raditz will see that his brother is going Super Saiyan God, and eventually he will decide to power up himself. But though that Raditz knew is that Neo and Cell were actually training with one another. That's why Neo was able to achieve Super Saiyan 4. Unless they didn't train with one another, most likely Neo will only have Super Saiyan 3. Of course, Cell power up into his own variation of a limit breaker transformation, with his eyes becoming green and his whole skin becoming golden. This is what Cell calls his limit breaker form, which is basically a version of a Super Saiyan 3 limit breaker, but a much more combined with his own base state. Of course, Raditz will be in shock of seeing Cell's power, but he'll power up Super Saiyan God in rush against Cell as you start to overpower him. Of course, Cell will be pretty shocked that Raditz actually starts to overpower him, but Raditz tells him that with his help of his brother, he was able to grow strong and he was able to defend the ones he cares about. And Cell he will not say that Cell hurt anyone he loves. Raditz will power up a godly double Sunday and annihilate Cell as Cell screams in pain as he is annihilated. Neo says that his brother is gone and he's in shock. Neo punches Neo when he's distracted, and Goku tells him not get distracted in a fight. Neo glares at Goku, and he tells that he'll get his revenge for his brother. Goku notices when Neo meets as he tries to blast him off, but Neo is able to dodge and teleport away. Goku curses as he cannot sense Neo anywhere. Goku then powers down as he sighs, seemingly as if Neo has practically escaped the battle. Goku greets his thief, but knows that there will be another day for him to face Neo, and he will become stronger to defeat him. Eventually, when Goku flies down, everyone thinks that Goku actually defeated Neo, but Goku actually explains the whole truth that Neo escaped before he can finally land the finishing blow. Raz curses, but he tells Goku that might be able to find him. But Goku thinks that due to Neo being much stronger, mostly the Dragon Ball's not able to attack them because of his immense power. Raz curses, but he still thinks that maybe they're able to find him sooner or later. Goku agrees, as this marks the end for the Cell Saga. But little that everyone knew is that they actually would be being watched by Whis. Whis actually being taking interest in Goku. Even though Goku is not a pure-hearted Saiyan, he does possess a part of a pure-hearted Saiyan should. But this is the end for this part. I'll see you guys in the next one. Sayonara, my Z fans. Stay tuned for the next part. And also make sure to like and subscribe to never miss a new video. See you next time.